Giants veteran linebacker, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Giants and the Panthers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers. They too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
It was a bit of an adjustment for Kenny Golladay in 2021, his first year in New York. And with new quarterback Daniel Jones, his mission, get back to his Pro Bowl form here in 2022 and avoid similar struggles. That catch right there, a nice way to get going.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's James. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing, Jones. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Try to power it in with Arma. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Holding, offense.
Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. And they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rhule. And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. They run again with Foreman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. To throw is Walker. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Walker looking to throw on 4th down. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Walker's throw caught by Higgins. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. P.J. Walker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it. Unfolding
so far so good for him. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight at It'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night, a treat, a Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Now Jones throwing on first down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. A carry for Foreman. And some room to roam now. 45 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Again, it's Foreman. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Deontay Foreman, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. The New York set to take the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Back to throw. Jones. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, remember, he had a fumble earlier in this first half and got saved, but no such saving here. It's a turnover.
Yeah, and as a coach and as a teammate, you're hoping that he learned from the first one. There was a lesson there. But obviously, he doesn't have enough focus in order to lose it a second time. That simply can't happen if you're trying to win a game.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
And the Panthers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Foreman. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Deontay Foreman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Jones. Pass incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, he'll get this out to Barkley, complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. Got a man, Slayton. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Roughing the passer,
So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Boy, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we come upon halftime, intermission. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunt, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Taken in at the 3. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A run by Foreman to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run with Foreman. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Foreman. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, Foreman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Foreman. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. On first down, Foreman. A few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. And he's able to get this inside the 10 down to the 9. 2 yards left on second down from the 9. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. P.J. Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Giants! Darius Slayton. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
Yeah, it's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19 from up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. And he's got room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Panthers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield. Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad. From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or 2 about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve. And quickly, they get to the line. Right back to Hubbard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run here with Hubbard. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll try and run. Here's Hubbard. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They'll try and run for it. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust. And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a throw there incomplete.
Even with such a big lead, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. They'll try and run for it. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
And the Panthers first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Let's go now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Walker. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Carolina, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.